Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, There and Pack Again. To those who are new, welcome. This channel is where I document my travels all around the world. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more together. In this episode, I'm taking you to Singapore. Come and follow me to see what you can do in Singapore over a weekend. I embarked on this journey bright and early on a Saturday morning. The plane took a bit of time to get ready, and then
Here we go!
The flight from Bangkok to Singapore was only about 2.5 hours. What you can see here is all the beautiful clouds over Singapore. For this trip, I was traveling in January. During the past week, it was raining pretty much all the time. I was very fortunate to be able to see the blue sky and the blue seas. After the plane landed, the first thing I had to do was to take the SkyTrain. I alight at the main terminal and went through customs. Note that this was my first time hearing the word alight being used. I think it's more of a Singaporean and British term rather than American. But I could be wrong. If you know, please comment and let me know. I headed to this very famous attraction in the airport, the Jewel. Jewel is a domed garden next to Changi International Airport. When you first enter, you are greeted by a gigantic, magnificent waterfall. You may be tempted to take pictures and just stop there. But wait, there's a lot more for you to see just inside this building. If you, for example, go and take the escalator up to the 4th and 5th floors, you'd enter the area where there's a lot more excursion for you to do. You can climb up some suspension bridges and walk on another special skywalk in the middle of the dome. You can pretty much explore this man-made jungle that is so big and so magnificent. Warning though, in this area it is quite humid. Even though I'm from a very hot climate, I still sweat a lot when I was in the Jewel. I believe it's all because of the tropical climate they're trying to replicate for the plants. Aside from this beautiful waterfall and a lot of plants, there are also shopping malls and restaurants for you to explore the entire day here. At the Jewel, my cousins told me that we should also go down to the basement to see the bottom of the waterfall because it's really cool. So I went to level B1. From this angle, the waterfall looked so real that I reached my finger out hoping that I would touch some water. But of course, all I touched was a glass. We also spent some time eating here at the Jewel Food Hall. This is separate from the mall upstairs. Overall, this is more of a local experience and there's a lot of food for you to choose from. We were having some Hainanese chicken rice, laksa, bak kut teh, noodle soup, and kopi. Know that all of these are Singaporean dishes. And kopi is a local Singaporean coffee. Singapore has a very unique way for you to order kopi. So kopi in general is coffee and condensed milk. But if you want coffee and sugar, that's kopi O. If you want coffee with sugar and evaporated milk, that's kopi C. And if you want strong coffee, you would have to add gao. If you want less sugar, you have to say siu dai. If you want coffee without sugar at all, you add gosong at the end. So for example, kopi C gosong is coffee with evaporated milk without sugar. Anyways, to pay for the food here, you can either use cash, credit card, or your mobile banking account to scan the QR codes. The QR codes are new ways for people to pay in Singapore, in Thailand, in Japan, in many Asian countries. For you to use the QR code, though, you would have to check with your respective banks. Some international banks would work too. From here, there are also a few ways to get into downtown. You can go by car, you can take a taxi, or a Grab, which is a form of Uber in Asia. You could also take the MRT train. If you take the MRT, you could basically tap your contactless credit card at the MRT gate and walk in. If you don't want to use your credit card, you can also add that to Apple Wallet or your smartphone. You can use your smartwatch. Pretty easy. You can also use an EasyLink card, but you might have to upgrade it to the Simply Go system in the very near future. And now I was on my way from Changi International Airport to downtown Singapore. If you would say that a well-developed city cannot have a green space outside of its designated green touristy spots, I would say it's not true. See here, for example, by the highway from the airport to downtown, there are a lot of these big old trees. These are called rain trees. After a while, the scenery shifted. You see the palm trees by the road and some plants in the pots in the middle. If you remove these pots of plants, the road actually becomes an emergency runway. How cool! I was so mesmerized at this so well-planned and well-thought-out city. Anyways, this is my first impression of Singapore. I have a lot more to share, so please stay tuned. I'll be visiting the gardens by the bay in the next episode. Bye-bye!